My name is Sonali Chopra. Welcome back to another episode of Around the World. The impact of global politics extends beyond diplomatic relations, influencing prosperity, security, and global harmony. Each election ignites new hopes and opportunities, as seen recently in the historic election in the United States of America. Donald Trump returned to power by defeating his opponent Kamala Harris, sparking new speculations and dynamics in global geopolitics. The big question now is, how will this shift in power affect international politics? Moreover, what changes will Donald Trump's leadership bring to India-US relations? Let's discuss these questions in today's episode. The United States of America, the fourth largest country in the world, is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and the Gulf of Mexico. At the same time, this country shares its borders with Canada and Mexico. Along with this, US has an important place on the world map. However, moving beyond the global map, let us look at the politics and strategy of the country. Recently, the presidential elections were concluded here, in which Donald Trump is going to become the president for the second time by defeating the Democratic candidate Kamala Harris. It is noteworthy here that Trump is the second president in US history to serve non-consecutive terms since 1897, while the first was Grover Cleveland, who completed 2 terms in the White House from 1885 to 1889 and from 1893 to 1897. Talking about the presidential elections in the US, this election is held every 4 years, and the electoral process goes through several stages, which includes primaries and caucuses, national conventions, general elections, and electoral college. It is noteworthy that the US President and Vice President are not elected directly by the voters. Rather, the electors of each state elect the US President and Vice President. In fact, the Electoral College has a total of 538 electoral votes, including the 50 states and the District of Columbia, out of which a candidate needs to get 270 votes to win the election. Let us now know how the global equations will be affected by these election results. It is noteworthy that the world is burning in the flames of war these days, and while on the one hand the conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues, on the other hand there is a situation of tension in the Middle East as well. In such a situation, it is believed that Trump can initiate an agreement between Russia-Ukraine, but his inclination will be more towards Russia. Understand it like this. According to an international report, since the Russian invasion in February 2022, the US has allocated more than $108 billion in aid to Ukraine, and this figure includes military, humanitarian, and economic aid. And Kyiv's dependence on this aid has been very important to stop the Russian advance in areas like Donbass and southern Ukraine. And it is being speculated that this aid can be cut after Trump's arrival, and it is obvious that any reduction or termination of this aid will significantly weaken Ukraine's defense capabilities. On the other hand, according to experts, Trump's unwavering support for Israel has been the basis of his foreign policy, which is also having a direct impact on the ongoing conflict in Gaza. It is believed that Trump has reportedly urged Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to end the ongoing conflict in Gaza and Lebanon by January. However, apart from this, if we look at the relations between India and US, then this time also the Trump government will move forward with the policy of America First, as in its first term, Trump adopted a policy of protecting American industries, under which he imposed heavy tariffs on imports from many countries including China and India. And we may see a similar scene this time as well. Although the Trump government may adopt a liberal attitude in H-1B, it is noteworthy that in the last few years, Indians have been the largest number of H-1B visa holders, while according to the report of US Citizenship and Immigration Services in March this year, out of the total 3.86 lakh H-1B approvals in the financial year 23, 72.3%, that is 2.79 lakh Indians had it. Chinese workers were in second place, who got 11.7% of the total H-1B visas approved in 2023. With this, the trade relations between India and US crossed the figure of $120 billion in the year 2024. India's trade relations with US are very friendly and remain a big source of foreign exchange for India. In the last decade, India's trade dependence on US has increased significantly. According to the data, US share in India's exports has reached about 18% in the year 2022-23, which was only 10% in 2010-11. According to experts, the period of increasing trade tension between US and China can be beneficial for India. It is noteworthy here that at the global level, the Quad Group was formally formed in the year 2017 during Trump's tenure, which China sees as its opponent. So viewers, we will conclude our discussion here with today's question. What impact will the shift in US leadership have on global geopolitics? Share your analysis. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.